Do not spend another Jefferson nickel until you watch this, because a few rare pieces hiding in everyday American pocket change have already sold for tens of thousands of dollars. These top 5 nickels look completely ordinary, yet one of them is rare enough to change your life with a single discovery. Number 1. A small silver-tone nickel from the year 1943 has been surprising collectors across the United States, because hidden among millions of ordinary coins is a rare 5-cent piece that carries powerful value, unexpected demand, and a dramatic story from the heart of American history. This Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark on the reverse above Monticello may look simple at first glance, but when examined closely it reveals traits that can transform an ordinary pocket find into a breathtaking prize that collectors chase with passion and intensity. This wartime nickel exists because the United States needed real nickel metal for the military during World War II. So the mint changed the formula of the 5-cent coin. Instead of the usual copper and nickel blend, the 1943 Jefferson nickel was struck in a unique alloy of silver, copper, and manganese, creating a coin that behaves differently, tones differently, and ages differently than every modern nickel in circulation. This special metal composition is why collectors search for this coin with excitement, and why high-grade examples can reach extraordinary values at auction. When studying this coin, let us begin with the correct physical details that every collector must know. The coin weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse you see the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse displays Monticello along with the bold wartime P mint mark placed directly above the building. This was the first time in United States history that the Philadelphia Mint ever used a mint mark on a circulating coin, and that single detail alone makes this piece stand out among early American nickels. Now let us move into the deeper mystery that gives this coin its real power in the collector market. Even though millions were minted, only a very small percentage survived in pristine condition with sharp strike details. The most desirable examples are known as full steps nickels, meaning the steps on Monticello appear fully separated and complete without major breaks. These full steps coins are extremely rare, especially in high grade, and they can elevate the value of a 1943 P nickel to stunning levels that shocked new collectors when they first learned the truth. To build your true coin hunting skills, look carefully at the obverse fields around Jefferson's cheek, jawline, and hairline. You must search for smooth surfaces without scratches, wear, or heavy contact marks. On the reverse, pay close attention to the steps on Monticello, because sharp steps with full separation always command top dollar. Rotate the coin under bright light to check for luster, because wartime nickels with strong original shine are dramatically more desirable to advanced collectors. This coin also becomes incredibly valuable when it contains a rare mint error, and this is where real treasure hunting begins. Major errors such as off-center strikes, large clipped planchets, broad strikes, double dies, and wrong planchet strikes make 1943 P nickels worth far more than regular high-grade examples. One dramatic discovery includes coins struck on a steel cent planchet, which instantly pushes the value into the premium range because of the uncommon metal and unusual weight. Any error on this wartime alloy can transform an ordinary nickel into a powerful prize worth serious money. Now let us reveal the verified highest auction prices so you understand the real market strength behind this coin. The highest verified auction price for a 1943 P Jefferson nickel with exceptional full steps detail has reached an impressive $14,688. This record proves that top-tier examples are in extremely high demand among elite collectors who specialize in Jefferson nickels. When we explore the extreme high estimate based on future discoveries of even stronger full steps examples, experts estimate a possible value range between $15,000 and $25,000. These extreme estimates are realistic for a coin that becomes harder to find every year as collectors remove premium pieces from circulation forever. Now let us discuss the most exciting category of all, the ErrorCoins. The estimate for major mint errors on a 1943 P nickel can reach remarkable heights, often landing in the powerful premium range of $25,000 to $35,000 depending on the type, rarity, and grade of the error. ErrorCoins always shock new collectors and remain one of the most profitable areas of United States coin hunting. Thank you for watching, and if you have any rare coins, interesting finds, or questions about your collection, make sure to tell us in the comments so we can help you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful rare coin knowledge every week. Number 2. There is a coin from the year 1964 that millions of Americans handled without ever realizing that a few rare examples would one day become some of the most valuable Jefferson Nickels ever discovered. It is a coin that hides in plain sight, looks ordinary at first glance, and yet has shocked collectors with its powerful demand and unbelievable auction results. Today we uncover the mysterious and ultra-rare traits that make the 1964 Jefferson Nickel a true treasure in United States coin history. The story of this nickel begins during a time when the United States Mint was under enormous pressure to produce more coins than ever before. America was facing a national coin shortage, and the Denver Mint was pushed to strike an enormous number of nickels for circulation. Because of this rapid production, most 1964 nickels were heavily worn, weakly struck, or damaged during the minting process. This makes high-grade examples extremely scarce and explains why collectors compete fiercely for well-preserved coins from this year. Let us begin with the correct physical details that every collector must know. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. It is made of a copper and nickel alloy that produces a soft metallic shine when preserved in high grade. The obverse displays the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse features Monticello with the D Mint mark positioned to the right of the building. Although millions were produced, only a very small number were struck sharply enough to survive in top condition. The real mystery of this coin is found in the quality of the strike. Most coins from this year show weakness in Jefferson's jawline, hair, and cheek area, and the steps on Monticello often appear soft and incomplete. This is why collectors hunt aggressively for full steps examples, which show clear, uninterrupted step lines on the reverse. Earning a full steps designation on a 1964 nickel is extremely challenging, and that is exactly what makes these coins worth remarkable amounts of money when they appear at auction. To understand how to identify a valuable example, you must examine the surfaces under strong light. Look for clean fields with minimal contact marks, sharp edges around the lettering, and uninterrupted luster across the obverse and reverse. Rotate the coin slowly to catch the brilliance of the mint strike, because original luster is one of the strongest indicators of a high-value coin. On the reverse, study the steps of Monticello closely, because this single area often determines whether the coin becomes common or extremely valuable. Now let us move into the exciting world of mint errors, because this is where the 1964 nickel becomes even more extraordinary. Major errors such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, repunched mint marks, and broad strikes can elevate the value of this coin dramatically. One of the most important varieties for this year is the repunched mint mark, where the Denver Mint accidentally applied the mint mark more than once, creating a doubled or shadowed appearance. These rare mint mark varieties are highly collectible and can push the coin into the premium price range. Now it is time to reveal the real market numbers that prove the strength of this coin. The highest verified auction price for a 1964 Jefferson Nickel has reached an incredible $19,800 for an elite-grade example with exceptional strike quality and desirable details. This record confirms that top-tier 1964 nickels are truly rare and heavily sought after by advanced collectors. When we extend this into the extreme high estimate based on the potential discovery of an even higher grade full steps example, experts place the value between $25,000 and $35,000. These estimates reflect the enormous difficulty of finding pristine survivors from this year, especially those with perfect steps on the reverse. For major ErrorCoins, the value can rise even higher. Dramatic mint errors from 1964 nickels are estimated in the powerful range of $35,000 to $45,000 depending on type, severity, and condition. These prices demonstrate how rare and special these mint mistakes truly are. Thank you for watching, and if you have any rare coins, interesting finds, or questions about your collection, make sure to tell us in the comments so we can help you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful rare coin knowledge every week. Number 3. Some of the most overlooked coins in American history are hiding in plain sight, sitting quietly in jars, drawers, and old change, and one of them is the 1946 Jefferson Nickel with no mint mark from Philadelphia. At first glance it may seem like just another worn old 5-cent piece, but a tiny number of these coins have already sold for thousands of dollars, and the rarest examples are the kind of discoveries that can completely shock new collectors and casual coin hunters. To understand why this simple nickel can be so valuable, you must first understand the story of America in 1946. The Second World War had just ended, the nation was shifting from wartime production back to peace, and the United States Mint was returning to the normal copper-nickel alloy after the special Silver War nickels of the early 1940s. Millions of coins were needed for a rapidly growing economy, and the Philadelphia Mint struck huge numbers of 1946 nickels, but only a very small fraction were preserved in the kind of quality that collectors fight to own today. This coin follows the classic Jefferson Nickel design that Americans know so well. On the obverse you see the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1946. On the reverse you see his home, Monticello, with the words, E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 5 cents. Because this is a Philadelphia issue, there is no mint mark next to Monticello, and that lack of a mint mark is exactly what tells you that the coin was struck at the main mint in Philadelphia. The physical specifications of this coin are important for every serious collector and coin hunter to memorize. The 1946 no-mint mark Jefferson Nickel weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. It is made from a copper-nickel alloy that gives it a hard, durable surface and a soft gray metallic shine when well preserved. If you ever find a coin that looks too light in weight, too thin, or noticeably off in color, that may be a sign of damage or an unusual error that deserves closer examination with a scale and magnification. Now let us talk about what separates an ordinary 1946 nickel from an ultra-rare collectible that can bring strong money at auction. The majority of these coins circulated heavily, which means they picked up scratches, dings, dull surfaces, and worn-down details. The true treasures are the coins that somehow avoided circulation and remain in mint-state condition, with original luster and sharp devices still visible after all these years. Among those, the most desirable are the coins with very strong detail on Monticello, especially with well-defined steps that show minimal interruption. Collectors often look for examples that could qualify for a full steps designation, where the steps leading to Monticello appear clearly separated and uninterrupted under magnification. On most 1946 nickels, these steps are worn, weakly struck, or partially flattened, which keeps the value in a lower range. When those steps are bold and complete, and when the fields are clean with strong mint luster, the coin becomes a serious target for registry collectors who want the very best known examples for their Jefferson nickel sets. If you are searching through rolls or old family collections, here is how you can hunt for the best 1946 no-mint mark nickels. First, look at the obverse and study Jefferson's cheek, jawline, and hairline for smooth, bright surfaces without heavy nicks or dull gray wear. Then flip to the reverse, focus closely on Monticello, and pay special attention to the steps at the bottom of the building. Under a good light and a simple magnifier, you will quickly see whether the steps are flat and blended together or nicely separated into individual lines. This is also a year where mint errors can create dramatic jumps in value, and that is where true treasure hunters get excited. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, die cracks, and strong double die obverse or reverse examples can turn a basic 5-cent coin into a much more valuable piece. A 1946 nickel struck on the wrong planchet, or with a significant off-center design would be extremely attractive to error collectors, especially if the coin still shows considerable detail and remains in high-grade condition. Now let us reveal the real market numbers that prove how special the finest examples of this coin can be. The highest verified auction price for a 1946 Jefferson Nickel with no mint mark has reached an impressive $4,920 for a top-grade coin with superb quality, and powerful eye appeal. This record shows that even a date that many people ignore can become extremely valuable when preserved in exceptional condition with strong details and outstanding surfaces. When experts project what could happen if an even better example is discovered in the future, especially a coin with truly elite strike and full steps quality. The extreme high estimate climbs into a strong range between $7,000 and $10,000. That kind of value is realistic for a coin that is already difficult to find in high grade and that receives heavy demand from advanced Jefferson Nickel specialists building world-class sets. For dramatic mint errors on a 1946 no-mint marked Jefferson Nickel, the estimate can rise even higher, entering a powerful range between $10,000 and $15,000 in the right circumstances. Major off-center strikes, bold double dies, or wrong planchet errors in top condition can command big premiums from serious error collectors who understand how rare these pieces really are, especially from a post-war date like 1946. All of this is why you should never rush past an old nickel from the 1940s without slowing down and inspecting every detail carefully. The combination of post-war history, classic design, registry set competition, and the possibility of rare errors or high-grade full steps examples makes the 1946 no-mint marked Jefferson Nickel a coin that deserves respect from every United States collector and coin hunter. Thank you for watching, and if you have any rare coins, interesting finds, or questions about your collection, make sure to tell us in the comments so we can help you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful rare coin knowledge every week. Number 4. There is a small nickel from the mid-1950s that most Americans spent without a second thought, never realizing that a tiny number of these coins would one day become extremely rare treasures worth thousands of dollars. The 1956 Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark on the reverse may look simple and ordinary, but hidden among millions of pieces are elite survivors with incredible strike quality, powerful eye appeal, and values that continue to rise as collectors compete for the best examples. The story of this coin begins during a time of major growth in the United States. By 1956, America had fully entered the post-war boom, and the Denver Mint was producing coins at a very fast pace to meet the demands of a rapidly expanding economy. Although millions of 1956 D nickels were struck, the Mint did not maintain consistent striking pressure, and this inconsistency created a wide gap between weekly struck coins and the extremely rare examples that show bold, crisp details. To understand this coin correctly, let us begin with its physical specifications. The 1956 D Jefferson Nickel weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. It is made from a durable copper-nickel alloy that produces a smooth metallic shine when preserved in high grade. On the obverse you see the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while on the reverse you see Monticello with the small D mint mark placed to the right of the building, confirming its origin from the Denver Mint. What makes this coin fascinating for collectors is the dramatic difference between weekly struck coins and the tiny number that were struck with extraordinary detail. On most 1956 D nickels, the steps on Monticello are soft, blended, or incomplete, and Jefferson's cheek and jawline often show shallow details that do not impress grading specialists. However, when a coin shows sharp detail across Monticello and the steps appear crisp and fully separated, the value increases instantly because full steps nickels from this date are extremely rare and heavily desired. If you are hunting for valuable examples, you must learn how to examine these coins with precision. First, look at the obverse and study Jefferson's cheek, hairline, and jaw. High-grade coins will show bright luster, smooth surfaces, and minimal contact marks. Then turn the coin to the reverse and focus carefully on the steps at the base of Monticello. When the steps show clear separation with minimal breaks, you may be holding an ultra-rare full steps example that can reach powerful prices at auction. The 1956 D nickel also becomes extremely valuable when it contains a mint error, and this is where real treasure hunting begins. Dramatic errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, major die cracks, or a wrong planchet strike instantly transform this mid-century nickel into a premium collectible. Because the Denver Mint produced a very large number of coins that year, quality control mistakes did occur, and surviving errors from 1956 are always in demand among serious collectors. Now let us reveal the real market numbers to understand the true value of this coin. The highest verified auction price for a 1956 Jefferson nickel has reached an impressive $9,900 for a superb full steps example in elite condition. This powerful result proves that collectors are willing to pay significant premiums for the finest known examples from this year. When we move into the extreme high estimate for a future full steps discovery in near perfect grade, experts place the potential value between $12,000 and $15,000. These numbers are realistic because high-grade full steps nickels from this year are incredibly difficult to find, and their rarity continues to grow as collectors lock away premium examples in long-term collections. Now let us explore the most exciting category of all, the ErrorCoins. Dramatic mint errors from 1956 nickels can reach even higher values, with strong examples estimated between $15,000 and $20,000 depending on the type, severity, and condition of the error. These high numbers demonstrate the enormous interest in rare mid-century mint mistakes and the strong competition among error collectors. This is why coin hunters must never overlook a 1956 Jefferson nickel. Beneath its simple design is a treasure that can surprise even experienced collectors with its rarity, beauty, and potential value. Every roll of nickels has a chance to reveal a hidden prize, and every collector who learns what to look for increases the possibility of discovering a valuable example that others missed. Thank you for watching, and if you have any rare coins, interesting finds, or questions about your collection, make sure to tell us in the comments so we can help you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful rare coin knowledge every week. Number 5. Some of the most surprising treasures in American coinage are the coins that appear completely ordinary at first glance, and one of the greatest examples is the 1962 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. It has no silver content, no dramatic wartime alloy, and no unusual design, yet a small number of these coins have already sold for thousands of dollars, shocking collectors who once believed that 1962 nickels were always common and low in value. The secret behind this coin's hidden power lies in its production quality and its extremely low survival rate in high-grade condition. During the early 1960s, the United States Mint faced increasing pressure to strike massive amounts of circulating coinage for a rapidly growing population and expanding economy. Quantity became the priority, not perfection, and the result was a large mintage of coins with weak strikes, flat steps, dull surfaces, and heavy contact marks from the mint handling process. To understand the coin correctly, let us begin with its physical details. The 1962 Jefferson nickel weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. It is made from a copper-nickel alloy that produces a clean, smooth shine when preserved in mint state condition. The obverse features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse displays the Monticello building along with the classic inscriptions that collectors know so well. The absence of a mint mark confirms that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The reason this coin becomes truly valuable is because very few 1962 Philadelphia nickels were struck with strong detail. Most examples show shallow strikes, especially on Jefferson's cheek and jawline, and the steps on Monticello often appear soft, blended, or incomplete. This makes full steps examples extremely rare, and even more rare in high grades such as MS67 and above. These are the coins that collectors chase with intensity, because they represent some of the rarest business strike Jefferson nickels of the early 1960s. If you want to learn how to identify a rare and valuable example, start with the obverse and examine Jefferson's cheekbone, hairline, and jaw. High-grade coins will show sharp definition and uninterrupted mint luster across the surface. Then flip the coin to the reverse and look closely at the steps on Monticello. A true full steps coin will have strong separation between the lines, little to no blending, and extremely crisp structure all the way across. Because the Philadelphia Mint struggled with consistent strike quality in 1962, strong step detail is very difficult to find, which is why collectors pay so much money for it. This coin also becomes highly valuable when it contains a dramatic mint error, and that is where skilled coin hunters find the biggest surprises. Significant errors such as major double die obverse varieties, large off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and wrong planchet strikes can transform this simple nickel into a premium rarity. When these errors appear in high-grade condition, especially with strong detail, their value can exceed all expectations and shock even experienced collectors. Now let us reveal the real market numbers that show the true strength of this coin. The highest verified auction price for a 1962 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark has reached an impressive $9,290 for a superb full steps example with powerful eye appeal. This result proves that top-grade 1962 nickels are far more valuable than most collectors realize and are in extremely high demand among advanced Jefferson nickel specialists. When experts consider the possibility of discovering an even higher-grade full steps example, perhaps one that survives a near-flawless MS68 quality, the extreme high estimate rises to an exciting range of $12,000 to $16,000. This estimate reflects the enormous difficulty of finding pristine survivors from this date, especially those with breathtaking strike detail and original luster. Now let us explore the highest category of all, the rare and dramatic mint errors. A powerful mint error on a 1962 Philadelphia nickel can reach remarkable values, with strong examples estimated between $16,000 and $22,000 depending on type, rarity, and overall condition. These high numbers demonstrate the intense competition among error collectors and the increasing market strength of mid-century mint mistakes. This is why every collector and every coin hunter should never ignore a 1962 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. Beneath its simple appearance is a coin that can surprise you with its rarity, its beauty, and its potential value, especially when preserved in high grade or when struck with a dramatic mint error that makes it stand out from the ordinary coins of its time. Thank you for watching, and if you have any rare coins, interesting finds, or questions about your collection, make sure to tell us in the comments so we can help you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful rare coin knowledge every week.